Hey, it's Sunday again. And I know I say that every time, so y'all are probably thinking, yeah, we know it's Sunday because we do this every Sunday. But hey guys, it's me again, and tonight we're doing another live Facebook chat. Tonight we're going to be talking about summer parties, cookouts and summer parties. Next week is Memorial Day, and I hope y'all have got some great plans in the works. But I know a lot of people are anxious about Memorial Day. First, let me just check in with y'all for, see how your week went. We had a great week this week. East Tennessee had some fabulous weather, and so my accountability buddy and I got a lot of walking in. And hey, Karen, good to see you. But we got a lot of walking in, which was nice because we had been, kind of locked out the last couple of weeks. Hey, Beth, good to see you. But we'd been, kind of locked out because of bad weather, just rain and rain and rain and rain and rain. But I guess April showers make May flowers, so May in East Tennessee should be fabulous because we've had a lot of rain in April. But we had a great week this week. My husband started what we're calling, hey Angie, hey girl, hey, she remembered tonight, so she is here. But my husband had a great week. Hey Mary. He started his first week of, we're calling it Weight Watchers with Kelly. And I only had custody of him for the first 4 days, and then he was on his own for 3 days out of town. But he had a 4-pound weight loss, so that was really good. So everybody tell John congratulations, and I'll tell him later. He is back in town, but only for 1 day. He has to go out again tomorrow. So I'll tell him all of these. And hey Meredith, and hey other Karen from Long Island. So just wanted to check in with you guys and see how your week was. We went to a beautiful wedding yesterday. Our friend Allison got married, and it was absolutely lovely. So we've had, just an awesome week. So let's talk about parties, summer parties. So unless you are going to hide in your house or just not, answer anybody's invitation, you're gonna have a bummer of a summer. Okay, and I totally just made that up. So let's not have a bummer of a summer. You can go to pool parties. Next weekend is Memorial Day. You're going to get invited to weddings, like we went to the awesome wedding yesterday that was so pretty. And, people are going to have just all kinds of parties. So the things I hear people say that they are most nervous about when they get invited to family reunions, pool parties, cookouts, because we're going to have a lot of those. For those of you who live near the beach, you're going to have beach parties and things. But the thing I hear people worry about the most, nobody ever says, oh my gosh, I'm scared I'm going to get there and eat, 6 hamburgers or 8 apple pies or whatever the specialty is for the party that you're going to. That doesn't seem to be the problem. The thing I hear people worry about the most is I'm not going to have fun. Everybody else is going to have fun. I'm going to be sitting over in the corner doing Weight Watchers. Poor pitiful me. I'm worried that people are going to stare at me. I'm worried that people are going to think, that something's wrong. I'm worried there's not going to be any food there that I can eat. I'm worried I'm not going to stay on plan. I'm worried I'm going to have a gain next week. So just a lot of other, I think, unnecessary worry, because if you go in just with a little bit of a plan, I think you can go to pretty much any party. The wedding that we attended yesterday, I had zero control over the food. I had no idea what we were going to have, so John and I ate a light breakfast, then we had a smart lunch. We split something for lunch because, we weren't sure what we were going to have. Fortunately, they had lean chicken, lean pork, green beans. They had some good options. So guess what? I had a big old piece of wedding cake. I counted it as 30 points for the wedding cake alone, but it was absolutely delicious. The grandmother of the bride made it. But, because I had a plan going in, then, I didn't know if I was going to get a little piece or a big piece, but because I had, a plan for the day and tracked it, always track, but because I had my plan going in, I was able to have, a pretty good sized piece of the cake. Again, counted as 30 points. So tonight's chat, the very first part of it is going to be very interactive. So we've got quite a few people on here. And I want to know who's ready for actually, I've got a test for you all. So who's ready for a test? If you're ready for a test, do some thumbs ups, because the thumbs ups seem to come across faster than you all just chatting. So I can see your comments when they come up, but when you do things like thumbs ups and hearts, they come across faster. Okay, so we got several people that are ready for a good challenge. We've got a lot of ground to cover. We always have a lot of ground to cover. Oh, and I forgot my housekeeping that I'm supposed to do every week. So every week I'm supposed to remind you all that this is a live Facebook chat. I am chatting to you. I want you to talk back to me. Obviously you all are interacting right now because you're doing the thumbs ups, which are awesome. And hi, Jan. And so for those of you who are viewing this later, this was live. Yes, I am talking to people. And if you don't catch everything, don't worry about it. You don't have to write anything down. I'm going to transcribe it for you later, and you'll be able to find that transcription here on Facebook. It'll also be on YouTube. It'll be on my blog, www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. And Casey and Alan are not here tonight because they had to go spend some time with his family. So they're not going to be on tonight. So somebody else will just have to help me out and put the blog up every time I say it. But it's www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Okay, so are y'all ready for your test? And I don't want any cheating. No cheating. So here is your test. These are a few very common kind of cookout foods or party foods that we see at least here in East Tennessee. And I have named all of them. You'll see that we've got a nice little grouping of things here, and I promise we're going to talk about some other things, but here's what I want you all to do. I want you all to tell me which order these go in, lowest points to highest points. So our choices are a medium corn on the cob, and this could be cooked on the grill if you're going to some kind of a party that has a grill. Those are really good cooked over a campfire. And thank you, Tracy, for posting the website. So we've got a corn on the cob medium. We have a half a cup of creamy coleslaw. We have a half of a cup of macaroni salad. We have a half a cup of potato salad. We have a half a cup of baked beans. And we have 28 Lay's poppable white cheddar chips. And that's a new chip that I've seen it on a couple of things, but it was new to me. So again, I want y'all to go down this list, and I want some people to tell me what order these go in, lowest to highest. And they are not in any particular order right now. It's just how, whatever order I scooped it out in. We're going to switch and talk about a couple other things, but I do need some people to shout out what order do you think they go in, lowest to highest. So again, we have corn on the cob, a medium ear of corn on the cob, half a cup of creamy coleslaw, and no cheating, no looking it up on your apps, half a cup of macaroni salad, potato salad, half a cup of potato salad, half a cup of baked beans, and 28 the Lay's poppable white cheddar chips. Okay, so we already have one vote that the corn goes first, so I'm going to leave the corn down there. While you all are answering, I'm going to show you a few staples that you need to keep on hand. Or actually, I'm going to show you a few tools that I use, when I go to a party. Okay, and then Karen says Lay's second or the beans. Okay, Karen, you're going to have to decide, or somebody else is going to have to decide which one's. Oh gosh. Okay, Nora says corn, poppables, creamy coleslaw, baked beans, potato salad, and macaroni salad. Corn, okay, Melissa says corn chips, beans, coleslaw, potato salad, and macaroni salad. Okay, you all keep answering. I'm going to show you a few tools that I use, and then we'll see what everybody thinks. I'll get these all tallied up real quick, and then we'll look at them. But here are a couple of tools that I use. So again, remember, one of the things that I hear people say they're scared of is, well, people are going to know I'm on Weight Watchers, or they're going to think I'm weird, because everybody else is eating and I'm eating something weird. You do not have to be weird. It does not have to be something weird. First things first, use tools. Well, if you have any control over the planning, I'm going to show you some things to try and help plan with. If you don't, if you can bring some things, on your own, I'll show you a few things to take along, but I'm not kidding. Nobody's going to notice. If you don't point it out, no one will notice. When I show up to things, well, of course now since I do this, when I show up to things, people come over and go, "What you got?" Because they want to know what I have, what I'm working on, so that they can say, well, what are you eating? Because I want to eat that, or, whatever. And actually a couple of the guys that my husband works with have been like, well, how many smart points does this have? Even though I know full well they're not, eating like that. But, so one of the biggest things is, everybody's going to notice. Everybody's going to notice that I'm eating something different. And y'all are doing a great job. Y'all are doing a great job on your guesses on what order those go in. So keep those guesses going. One of the things that I try to have handy, and believe it or not, I've taken this to, even when the party's not mine. But if you're going to be scooping out things like ice cream, if you're going to be, so volunteer. If they've got ice cream, or if they have something else that, that needs to be scooped out like this, you could volunteer to do the scooping. Because if you volunteer to do the scooping and the serving, you have more control over how much you get. So my ice cream scoop is 1/4 cup. And the reason how I know that is when I got it home, I put water in it, and then I poured water into a measuring cup to see how much it held, and this holds 1/4 cup. So if I'm in charge of scooping out ice cream, I know just to scoop myself out, if I scoop out 1 scoop, I know it's 1/4 cup. Well, guess what? Only I know that. Nobody else that's at the party is going, I think Kelly's over there measuring that. I wonder what I wonder what she's doing over there. She looks like she's measuring. They don't have any idea. I use that at home too. I use it for my Halo top. I use it for if I'm going to be eating more than a tablespoon or two of Sally says, sorry she's late. Sally literally just started, and she says it's her first time watching live, and it's usually the next day before she gets to watch it. So, hello, Sally, first time here. So, Sally, what we're doing, if you see a bunch of stuff coming up, if y'all can see what each other, what each other's writing, just for Sally, let's go back over this again. What we are doing, anybody who's just joined us, everybody's guessing which order these go in. These are common, at least they're common here in East Tennessee. I don't know about where you live, but these are common items that we would find at like a cookout or a Memorial Day party, 4th of July, a beach party. Of course, we don't have a beach here, but picnicking or something. So I want y'all to put these in order. So for the new people, corn on the cob, 1/2 cup of creamy coleslaw, 1/2 cup of macaroni salad, 1/2 cup of potato salad, 1/2 cup of baked beans, and 28 Lay's poppable white cheddar chips. So, to the people that are just joining us, what order do you think those go in, smart points wise, lowest to highest? So, while y'all are still figuring that out, let's go back to my measuring tactics. These are a set of spoons that I accidentally got them at a Weight Watchers meeting. Somebody had ordered them and left without them. So, let me show you. I'm going to flip it back around so y'all can see these. This one is a slotted spoon. And then this one is a solid spoon, and these are nice big spoons. They're heavy, they're stainless steel. They look pretty in a serving bowl, and guess what? On the back of them, they say, and I may be holding this upside down, I can't tell. And of course it's backwards for you all, but oh no, it's not backwards. Cool. Oh yeah, never mind. I'm losing my mind. It's because I've got the camera turned around the other way. So do you see that? It's a 1/2 cup. So this is a stainless steel spoon. This is a 1/2 cup, just to the top. So, flat across the top. And then a 1/2 cup slotted spoon. So suddenly now you are armed with yet another tool. So again, if you're, for those of you who are a little skeptical about, telling people that you're on Weight Watchers, obviously I'm not. Everybody knows it before I even walk in the room. I'm going, okay, that's 5 smart points, and that's 8, and there's no way I'm eating that because that's so many smart points. But, in the beginning I was hesitant, and it's hard, especially when you're losing your weight. It's hard to, I don't know, sometimes it's just kind of hard to find your grounding and let other people enjoy it with you. For the most part, people are going to be willing to try and help. Just understand that civilians, the people that have never had to try and lose weight, people that have never been on a program like this, even if they're trying, they may not know. Just be calm, don't get too impatient with them. Most of the time people are trying to help because they love you, not because they are trying to see you fail. So those spoons are a great idea. I got those at a Weight Watchers meeting. I'm confident that they're available probably on Weight Watchers online. I know there have to be other places that have, measuring spoons and things that have measurements on them. Those I like because they're not obviously measuring spoons, and they measure out a 1/2 cup. And a 1/2 cup's, pretty good, is a pretty good portion. So again, if I'm the one serving, I can kind of hold on to my, my portion control. So I also, another little tidbit is if it's a self-serve, like if it's a buffet or something, do not get in line. Walk past the line, check out everything that they have, look to see what really looks good and what doesn't. Try and decide, which things are, I try to avoid things that are super common, like if I can eat them at home, if it's something I can eat at home all the time, I am not gonna choose it, but if it's Aunt Sally's special, whatever, or like I have this one aunt that makes the absolute best cornbread, and so, and I have, Nana Carolyn makes, she makes the best, coconut pie, so I always have Nana Carolyn's, I always plan for Nana Carolyn's coconut pie when we go to, coconut cream pie, when we go to our family reunions, and she didn't make it last year. So if she ever watches this video, she just needs to know she's in big trouble over that. But anyway, the point is, if you've got, that special lady or man, in your life that makes something really good, try to plan for that, but don't eat the things that are common. Walk past the line first, check it out, see what looks good, plan what you're going to eat before you get in line. Next thing, make sure you're last in line. So chit chat, walk around, talk to some people, but make sure you're last in line, because guess what? All that stuff that you thought looked really, really yummy in the beginning, by the time, 50 to 60 of your closest friends have walked through there with a spoon, it ain't gonna look so pretty. So that helps me a lot to, to stay out of things. So let's talk about, before I reveal the answer to this. Remember, we're checking which one y'all think is, in order. Corn on the cob, creamy coleslaw, half a cup of macaroni salad, half a cup of potato salad, half a cup of baked beans, or 28 Lay's Poppables. Y'all are deciding what order those go in. Okay, we'll take just a few more. So we have quite a few people that have, voted, but we're going to take just a few more of those before I reveal the answers. So a few staples that if you are asked to bring something that I'd like you to think about that's super easy. If you don't have time to cook anything, and you just want to pick something up, there are so many versions. I mean, every cookout, it really doesn't matter what the occasion is. Cookout, birthday party, kid's birthday party, a swim party, any kind of a holiday get together. And if you're having a cookout at work, anything like that, there's always on the list, chips. It will always list on, if you're asked to bring something, chips will always be an option. There are so many of these, kind of popped chips now that are much lighter. The poppables. Well, I'm not going to tell you how many. Actually, I'm not going to tell you how many smart points are in these just yet, because then that'll ruin part of our little guessing game down here. But we've got Lay's Poppables, white cheddar. They're awesome. Cheetos has a new Simply Cheetos Puffs. Those are really good. These are pop chips. I have not opened that bag, but they look delicious. And then today we tried the Simply Cheetos Puffs in the white cheddar jalapeno, and they were delicious. All much less points for a much larger volume than regular chips. I am not ashamed at all to take these to any kind of a party. So any kind of a party that's going to have, if I'm not in control of the party, anything that's going to have, hamburgers or some kind of, sandwich, things or whatever, and I have no control over it, then some kind of sandwich thins. These are 3 Weight Watchers Smart Points, and I promise you, if you take these, other people are going to eat them too. The potato rolls, I promise you, other people will eat them. The civilians will eat these, because, who doesn't like a good, potato roll bun? So I take those. Those are only 3 smart points as opposed to whatever the, hamburger buns that are provided are going to be. I almost always have, like, these are Trader Joe's reduced carb whole wheat flour tortillas. Those are 1 smart point each. You can also get flat outs. Flat outs have several different kinds, several different flavors, and most of them are 2 smart points. I think there might be 1 or 2 that are 3 smart points, but that one's, that's a good one to bring if they ask you to, bring something, because you can wrap a hot dog up in that. These, every major grocery store has these right now, so they usually have these. I don't know if they keep them all the time, but especially, Easter through the summer, they have these, and they're just little, dessert shells, and you've all seen them over where the produce is, but these little dessert shells are so easy to pop some fruit in. You can pop some, like if you made up some Jell-O, just with Cool Whip, they're really good, and these shells they're 4 points for 1 shell. And everybody loves to see these coming. Kids go crazy over them. Everybody loves them. So that's an easy one to keep. Always take some extra fruit. Maybe eat before you go. Eat a clementine or a banana or some kind of, sturdy fruit before you go. So that's always a good idea. A few substitutes, and then I promise we're going to get back to this, because this is going to be really interesting. Y'all are going to be really surprised when we get to this. So some other things, easy things that you can take, if they're going to have hot dogs, maybe you can take your own hot dogs, you know, again, if you're not in charge of the party. So instead of eating a regular old hot dog, so everybody else at the party, you know, at first you're thinking, okay, and Angie's getting antsy. She wants to know which order the Smart Points go in. But Angie, I'm gonna make you wait. So just because of you, I'm gonna make everybody wait. But so, you know, you go to the party and you're thinking, you know, gosh, everybody else is getting to have stuff, you know, and I never get to have anything. But when everybody else is having a plain old hot dog, look at these. I promise you the civilians will want to know, they'll want to know what you're eating, and these cook really well on the grill. These are Johnsonville turkey smoked sausages, and they come in, you know, several different varieties. These, for one link, it's 3 Smart Points, just 3. And a regular old plain, just a regular beef hot dog is between 6 and 8 Smart Points. So you could actually have 2 of these, you know, and look how big these suckers are. I mean, they are fat. And they cook up really good on a grill, really nice on a grill. See the little grill marks on there? Cook up really nice on a grill, and I promise people will be jealous. They'll be wanting to share your hot dogs with you. Trader Joe's has a really nice selection of chicken sausages, and again, these things are, look how fat they are. I mean, that is way fatter than any just a regular, you know, scrawny hot dog that you're going to find at a cookout or something. And I apologize if y'all can hear my husband in the background. He has a business call. But yeah, and Sally says she usually brings her own food, and her family members are so supportive. Sally, that is awesome, because I really do believe that, you know, if you just ask for a little help, that most people are going to be willing to give you help. So these, again, cook up really good, just like a regular hot dog. I have never ever been to a party where I asked, hey, can I put a couple of my special, you know, sausages on here? You know, I just really love these. And look, I brought 4, you know, so I'll take 1. And if 3 other people want 1, I've never ever had a grill master, you know, whoever's in charge of the grill, I've never had anyone turn me down for that. You know, turn me down for putting that on there. And then another thing, I'm sorry, y'all are looking at my floor. So another thing, if you're going to make, you know, like kebabs, or if you have an opportunity to make some kind of a kebab, any of these, this happens to be the Eckrich brand. Oh, and Meredith says she wishes she had a Trader Joe's. Yeah, I'm so sorry you're missing out, because Trader Joe's is so worth it. And if any of you all are close to a Trader Joe's, like when I say close, I mean within an hour, I would definitely make the trip. So, you know, any kind of, you know, these, you know, kind of turkey sausages, these kind of kielbasa, you know, things you all have all seen them. These are excellent on a grill. This particular brand is Eckrich Turkey Smoked Sausage, and this is for 2 ounces. It's 4 Smart Points, and there are 7 servings in here. And these are really good if you want to make kebabs. You can, you know, like you can link these on a kebab. You know, you can put them on a skewer. You can do these with a, you know, with pineapple. Oh, they're really good with pineapple. Really good with pineapple. Pineapple, potatoes, you know, zucchini, you know, anything that grills well. You can cut these up and link it, or these are really good if you just, you know, cut them and cook them on the grill. They're really good. So those are some staples. Okay. So last guesses, and you know, for anybody that just came in, what are your last guesses on what order these go in? And these are, you know, I want y'all to guess lowest to highest Smart Points: a medium ear of corn on the cob, a half a cup of creamy coleslaw, a half a cup of macaroni salad, a half a cup of potato salad, a half a cup of baked beans, and 28 Lay's poppable white cheddar chips. So we'll take just a couple of more votes, and we've got, you know, if anybody wants to make some last minute, you know, changes to that. Right now, the order that you all seem to have them in, let me move these around. So the majority of you all, you know, and again, we'll take just a couple more. So the majority of you all had the corn first, then the baked beans, then let's see. Okay, then you all had the Lay's Poppables, so I can tell that you all have had these. So there's the Lay's Poppables. And again, I apologize for the conversation in the other room. I know y'all can hear that. And let's see, then potato salad. I think potato salad was probably voted next. Any more guesses? Any last minute guesses? Any more people? We've got time for just a couple more. Okay, macaroni salad and creamy coleslaw. So I have, before I reveal whether or not you all are correct, I have a question. Are these pretty common cookout and, you know, like summer party foods from where you all are from? And if not, let us know what's common in your area. I obviously live in East Tennessee. We live in Knoxville. But so these are common for around here. So I'd just be curious to know, you know, what are some common, you know, foods for, you know, for everybody else. So are these pretty common where you live? And if you don't mind, just shout out where you do live. Like we have actually, I think we have 3 Karens right now that are on here right now. And actually I just wanted to point out that, so that means that Karens, just people with the name Karen, occupy 10% of our, you know, of our population right now. And hey, Taylor just joined. So yeah, just shout out what state you're in, and you know, let me know if these are, you know, if these are pretty common, or if y'all eat, you know, something else, you know, something different. So looks like quite a few people that it's normal for you. So for the big reveal. Oh, Taylor's asking why. Okay, so Taylor, you're late. First of all, honey, you are 26 minutes late. And unless you tell me that you've been over at the Cruise Farms thing trying not to eat ice cream, then, you know. Anyway, oh, and Angie said, did you tell yet? I had to leave. Nope, Angie, I'm getting ready to tell, so you are back just in time. So right now, people are letting me know the foods that we are putting in order of Smart Points, and I'll let you all guess. So that's what we're doing right now, Taylor. And Angie, we are getting ready to do that. Oh, Taylor's phone messed up. I'm sorry, Annie. Okay, so this seems to be the most voted order. Was corn on the cob first, baked beans, a half a cup of baked beans second, Lay's poppable white cheddar chips third, potato salad, half a cup, macaroni salad, half a cup, and creamy coleslaw. There was a little bit of debate about whether the 2 that people seemed to flip the most were the macaroni salad and the creamy coleslaw. So, any guesses without looking at your phones? Are there any guesses on how much is in one ear of corn on the cob? So, while you're thinking, I'm going to let you know corn on the cob is, you know, just by itself. I'm showing you the Smart Points for it just by itself. You absolutely do not have to have butter on it to enjoy it. I spray it with some nonstick olive oil spray, put my bread dipping seasoning on it, or I have started using Dax Original Red, and it's absolutely fabulous on it. And you can grill it, you can cook it in the air fryer, you can cook it, you know, all kinds of different ways. So, okay, a bunch of people are saying 3. 3 is if it's a small ear of corn. This is a medium ear of corn, and it is 4 Smart Points. Yeah, and Angie's exactly right. She said Bragg's. Bragg's is really good on the corn. So, again, you know, you really don't need butter on it. I mean, and Angie, I'm avoiding that pressure cooker comment. But anyway, so you really don't need to add anything. I mean, you don't need to add anything high point to it. All the things that we, you know, said are really good on it. And I'll post the link when we get done. I'll post the link to my candy corn recipe. It's really, really, really good. Okay, baked beans got voted next. Any guesses on how many Smart Points and a half a cup of baked beans? And I'm going to go ahead and flip it around while y'all are thinking. So a half a cup of baked beans, 5 Smart Points. Not too bad. That's a pretty good, you know, that's a pretty good size. And again, that's pre-seasoned baked beans straight out of the can. That is not, I didn't add any bacon to it. I didn't add, you know, molasses, or like I know around here, people tend to add a lot of things, you know, like, again, like molasses and bacon and things like that. So that would add extra Smart Points to it. But yeah, for a half a cup, just straight out of the can, it's about 5. And if you're not from around here, but if you've ever had Bush's baked beans, they come in amazing flavors, and they are canned not too far from here. So Bush's is just down the road from us. Okay, Lay's poppable white cheddar. So I told you I wasn't gonna, when I showed you all of these, you know, as some things to take, you know, if you're in charge of bringing something. I told you I wasn't going to tell you how many Smart Points it is, because then that would have messed this part up. But the Lay's poppable white cheddar, that's a pretty good size bowl. I mean, 28 of them is, you know, is pretty good, and they were delicious. That is also 5 Smart Points, so not too bad. You know, not too bad. I mean, I would totally eat that bowl of that for 5 Smart Points and be very, you know, be very happy with it. Half of a cup of potato salad, and this is, I think it was baby red potato salad. This is pretty, you know, the count that's on here is pretty standard for most kinds of potato salad. So this is a half a cup potato salad. Doesn't have any added bacon or anything. It's just, it's baby reds. This, I guess, would be most accustomed to like a, like a mustard potato salad or a, like a country style or whatever, but no bacon. So a half a cup of potato salad, 6 Smart Points. Okay, so that's starting to get a little expensive for me. 6, maybe, I might eat some, potato salad. But if there's something, like if Nana Carolyn brought her coconut cream pie, I may not eat some, some of that, because I'll be saving that for her coconut cream pie. Okay, down here at the end, these are the two that y'all were, a little bit flip-floppy about. Macaroni salad. Macaroni salad, a half a cup. Now, I have eaten a lot of macaroni salad in my life, but once I saw the points on this, I will never eat this stuff again. 10 Smart Points for a half a cup. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. This must just be, macaroni salad must just be mayonnaise and noodles. That has to be all that it is. That is absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. And I would love to know, are there any of you that would spend 10 Smart Points on a half of a cup of macaroni salad? 10. I mean, you could have, for 10, you could have a whole cup of baked beans, or you could have 2.5 ears of corn, or you could have baked beans and the poppables. I mean, there are so many more things that you could have than this. And who would have guessed that? I mean, seriously, is everybody as shocked as I am? And it looks like several of you are. Yeah, that is off my list. No more. Okay, and creamy coleslaw, and I do love me some coleslaw. My Granny Green made the best coleslaw ever. The only person that I've ever, or the only coleslaw I've had since then that even came close was at an event that we used to go to we used to work at called Trout Fest, and the only booth that sold trout, she also made coleslaw, and she made it just like my grandmother, like my Granny Green. So coleslaw is one of those things. Oh, and Chick-fil-A also has really good coleslaw, but here again, creamy coleslaw, a half a cup, 7 Smart Points. So it's less, than the macaroni salad, but it's 7. I mean, that's, if it was my grandmother's coleslaw, yeah, I might be willing to spend 7, but I'm not spending 7 Smart Points for that. So let's switch these two around. These are the only two that were out of order. And y'all did a really good job on this, and I'm very proud of you. So let's just go down this, this row again, just for any latecomers. And also, don't forget, I'll be transcribing all this, so you do not have to write this down. But seriously, I would, after I transcribe it, you might want to print some of this stuff out and take it with you, just so you have it, have it handy. Because once you get to the cookout, you're not going to be able to scan all this stuff. So, ear of corn. A medium-sized ear of corn is 4, and I'll post my candy corn recipe tonight. After we got off here, I'll post the candy corn recipe. It's absolutely amazing, and it does not change the Smart Points. It leaves it at 4. A half a cup of baked beans is 5. 28 of the Lay's poppable white cheddar chips is also 5. A half a cup of potato salad is 6. A half a cup of creamy coleslaw is 7. And bless it, the macaroni salad is a whopping, for a half a cup, is a whopping 10 Smart Points. So, you all did great. So, good job, everybody. I'm so proud of you for your guesses. And I am sneaking over and grabbing something out of the freezer, because I am going to show you a few things to make and take with you. And then an idea for something, to save some major Smart Points while you're there. But most people, when they're having some kind of a party, will ask you to bring something, or just go ahead and bring something. Just volunteer. Don't give them a choice. Just go ahead and volunteer to bring something. Or if you're in charge, you can make yourself some things. So, a couple of quick ideas. First of all, we talked about, I said, I want y'all to have fun, and I don't want to hear anybody, feeling, neglected, or not think that they're having fun. So how fun is this? Again, if you're in charge of the party, this would be super easy for you to bring. This is literally just I think it was a $5 jug that I got from Kroger, and it is a glass. It works better. Can you hear that? It works better in a glass jug. Plastic is okay, but it tends to leave, a weird taste. So I prefer a glass jug, and it literally just has a couple of slices of lime, a couple of slices of lemon, and a couple of slices of orange. And then it also has a couple of, and they got mixed in the ice, but it has a couple of slices of strawberry and a couple of blackberries in it. You are not squeezing the juice out of this because you do not want to add points to your, to your water. So don't squeeze it. Just let the water, kind of soak up the flavor. It's also really, really good with, oh, and Meredith said maybe your husband will eat the macaroni salad. Meredith, he did so well last week, losing 4 pounds on his first week of Weight Watchers with Kelly, that I think I'm going to take the macaroni salad to work and, and make them take, just get rid of it. And Lynn says this is her first time here, and hello, Lynn. So again, don't squeeze the juice, just put it in there. I promise the water will soak up enough of the juice to flavor it. This is super, super fun, even for the, for the civilians. So, people that are not on Weight Watchers they're gonna enjoy it. Kids love this. We did this at my daughter's wedding, and everybody had a fit over it. We had several drink choices, and people, went crazy over the fruit water, but don't squeeze the fruit out. Fun glasses. Again, if you're in charge of the party, you can totally, make glasses like this for everybody. And this is zero. These are non-alcoholic. In case you don't know me, I don't drink. So everything I talk about is non-alcoholic. I don't, consume anything that, whatever, that takes that many points, but I just wouldn't anyway. So these are fruit drinks. This would be super cute with sparkling water. I just used some of the fruit water that was in here, but this is really fun with some of the sparkling drinks like they have at Aldi and Kroger, and several different places have them. But I just put a little bit of the fruit in there. Again, don't squeeze it because you don't want to add points to your water. And then I put on this one I put a wedge of lemon. And I took a little chunk out of a strawberry. Okay, Jenny, let's just answer a question. Jenny says, I thought fruit had no points. Jenny, fruit has 0 points. Let's just talk a minute. Oops. Let's talk a minute. And this is why I like to do these live chats so that y'all can ask me questions while we're doing this. So Jenny just asked, or she just said, I thought fruit had no points, exclamation point. So Jenny, fruit, intact fruit has no, most fruit has no smart points. So avocados are technically a fruit and they have points, which really irritates me. But anyway, so what most of us think of as fruit, so like the strawberries, the orange, the lemon, the lime, blackberries, they have no smart points. They are 0 smart points as long as you consume them as a whole fruit. Once you turn them into juice, because you just eliminated the chewing factor, the slowing down, while you're eating it factor, you eliminated some of the fiber, and there's just a bunch of different reasons. Then fruit, at that point, if you turn it into fruit juice, even if you don't add any sugar or don't add anything else to it, then it does start to have points. So again, this is going to flavor the water, but without squeezing the juice into it. It's going to get enough flavor, just off of the fruit. So don't squeeze it. Just leave it like this. And then when you're done, you can drink your drink, and then eat your fruit off the side if you want to. Of course, I stuck a lemon on that one, so I'm probably not going to grab a lemon and eat it, but I would totally eat that strawberry, or if you made that a slice of an orange or something. And these glasses, even though I said I prefer glass for this, for the container, because this is going to be, sitting for a while, even though I prefer glass for this, these glasses are super cute. I got these at Kroger, and they were like $1.99. Super, super cute. They had these, and they had glasses that looked like, margarita cups. And I got these fun straws, and I'm actually going to take a sip of this real quick because you all know when I talk for an hour, I get thirsty. So hold on. Okay, that is absolutely delicious. That is absolutely delicious. So that was yummy. So let's talk about a couple of other things. So again, if you're in charge, if you're not in charge, if you can just take some things. One thing that I like to take to every event that I, bring something to is my pineapple salsa. Because people love it. B, because it is so stinking easy. This is literally 1 can of like Rotel. It can either be Rotel or it can be, I forgot what the Aldi brand is called, but it's just, diced tomatoes with chilies in it. And you take a can of crushed pineapple that's in its own juice, drain the juice off of it, and take the can of Rotel and you dump them into, again, I prefer a glass container, but you dump them into a container and stir them up and let them sit overnight. And then if you want to add some cilantro or something like that to it, you can. And this is the world's easiest little, you know, salsa, but this tastes really good on, like, if at the party, if they're grilling any kind of fish, if they're grilling chicken, this is good with, you know, to make like some, you know, some veggies and, you know, put some veggies in it. If you've got some other kind of low point chips, if you made, you know, some kind of, like if you took one of the tortillas and if you made, you know, baked some chips or put them in the air fryer and made some chips out of it, this is absolutely delicious with that. So easy, so easy. And this recipe is on my blog. It's just called Pineapple Salsa, and it's www.ifyouhaveanegg.com. And this is for and this is not a half a cup in here. I just put a little bit out in the spoon just so with a spoon so y'all could see it. But I think it's for a half, and I'll put it on the transcription. But for a half a cup, I believe it's 1 Smart Point. And before everybody passes out and says, "Why is it a Smart Point?" Because it's just, you know, fruit and tomatoes. Well, it does have some juice in it. So look at it and see, you know, look at your ingredients before you put them in there and see. And if you find, you know, like if your kind of Rotel doesn't have the lime juice in it, the kind I use has lime juice in it. But if it doesn't, and if you drain all that juice off, you know, or if you eat less than a half a cup, you can get by with 0 Smart Points. But it's absolutely delicious. Fish, chicken, you know, again on chips, veggies, absolutely delicious. This one we did for Casey's wedding. And this one is a frequent, you know, a frequent take at, you know, when people want you to bring something. These are super cute, super fun at even like a baby shower, bridal shower. And again, we did these for Casey's wedding, and every single one of these got eaten. We actually ran out of these. So this is literally just a little inexpensive. And thank you all for the hearts and the thumbs up. Oh, I'll remind you, the more thumbs ups and hearts you do, the more of these I can make. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Let me think. It's there's a little thing I'm supposed to say. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Yeah, I think is one of them. But anyway, oh yeah, and Taylor says, I remember those because Taylor was at Casey's wedding. So whoever just did the frowny face, hey, no frowny faces. But if you do that, if you do that on YouTube as well, that helps me to be able to make more of these videos. So I do appreciate it, and thank you all so much. All of a sudden, there's a little flurry of thumbs ups and hearts, and a couple of wows, and one little frowny face. I don't know what the frowny face was about. Put your glasses on. No frowny faces. But this is 2 tablespoons of Hannah's tzatziki, and that's the tzatziki that I get at Costco. So there is 2 tablespoons of the Hannah's tzatziki in the bottom of this little cup. And I get this cup, I got these cups at Costco, I think, in a huge sleeve of them. You don't have to, you know, buy a huge sleeve of them, but it was super easy, you know, super cute. So it's 2 tablespoons of Hannah's tzatziki, so that's 2 Smart Points. Carrots are 0, cucumbers are 0, and these were those little, those little tiny cucumbers that they have at Trader Joe's. Somebody help me out and remind me what they're called. It's just, I've got a lot to think about tonight, and so that's, you know, it's kind of skipping my mind. Celery, 0 Smart Points, and some little asparagus spears. And I wish that was in better focus. But anyway, so that's a super cute one. This is another, and they keep really well in the refrigerator until it's time to put them out. So this is another one. This is 2 tablespoons of a hummus that I got at Aldi, and 2 tablespoons of the hummus was 2 Smart Points. And again, with the celery, the cucumbers, the carrots, the asparagus, you can do pepper strips, the little colored, you know, different color peppers. Those are absolutely wonderful in here, but that's 2 Smart Points, 2 tablespoons. And let's see. Oh, Sally says, you so need to know how much I appreciate your videos. Oh, well, thank you, Sally. That was a very sweet comment. I appreciate you too. I appreciate you all spending your Sunday evenings with me. That really is special to me, because I know y'all have got busy lives too, and it really does just, you know, make my heart warm that you all spend your Sundays with me. So thank you very much. But this is 2 tablespoons of yeah, so that little sweet comment just totally made me lose my train of thought. But anyway, yeah, so of hummus, 2 tablespoons of hummus, and it's 2 Smart Points with all these veggies. And so this is, you know, huge. Okay, so a couple more things. And remember, I said I wanted y'all to make it fun. How fun is this? This is a little individual watermelon. And it is, so I cut out, you know, it's one of those, a little individual serve watermelon. And I cut it in half. And then I just barely cut off the bottom. You do need to put it on a plate though, because even if you don't get into the red part, it's still going to leak a little bit. But so this is a half of one of those individual watermelons, and I just cut up some, you know, cut up the watermelon obviously, and I've got some pineapple and some strawberries and some blackberries. And Angie, yes, I do see your comment about pressure cookers, but we're talking about parties tonight, so I'm going to keep talking. But I, you know, put some of the other fruit in there. And would this not just be super cute to serve at your party? I mean, you know, for everybody to have a little bowl of this, and you could put some fat-free Cool Whip on top of it. You know, some kind of fat-free whipped topping, and that would be, depending on the type of topping that you use, it would be, you know, maybe zero smart points, or, you know, 1, depending on what kind you put on there. But anyway, is that not adorable in the little half of the watermelon? And so another really cute and simple but fun idea. And this one, make little fruit kebabs. And so you can see that these are on wooden skewers, and they're little fruit kebabs. And the fruit itself is 0 smart points. So I've got some pineapple, strawberries, blackberries, and the blackberries are really good right now, and some watermelon. And then over here, I have, this is, you know, fat-free whipped topping. And I put it in a cute little, you know, coffee cup, just so it would be cute to, you know, to serve it out of. But that is fat-free whipped topping. And it has a little bit of, in this particular one, and that lighting's getting weird on that, but in this particular one, I put a little bit of Quest salted caramel protein powder in it, and I put some sugar-free caramel flavoring in it, and then sprinkled a little bit of, it's just a teeny tiny bit, just actually for some coloring, of some dark chocolate cocoa on it. And so that entire cup is only 2 smart points, so that's 0 smart points for the fruit. And that whole cup, and I'll post the recipe. Or it's not a recipe, but I'll post how to make that on the transcriptions when I get done. And again, that'll also be it'll be here on Facebook, it'll be on YouTube, and it'll be on my blog, www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. And so what's in the cup is, I'll put it in the transcriptions, but it is fat-free Cool Whip. This one tonight has, fat-free whip topping. Yes, I gotta quit saying the brand names, but anyway, it has the fat-free whip topping, and this one has the Quest salted caramel protein powder in it, not very much, and a little bit of dark chocolate cocoa, and it has some salted caramel, sugar-free salted caramel syrup. And I'll put that in the transcription so that y'all will know exactly how much to put in there. But you know, 2 smart points, and you know, for that whole thing. So is this not adorable? I mean, you know, people would love these, to have these little, you know, skewers, and they're really pretty put out on a tray. I just put it on the cup so that, I just put it on this little plate just, you know, so I could have it all together here on the cup. But these are really cute if you line them up on a tray, and then if you let people come by and get these. We have some little cups that we got at the wedding too that are, you know, about this big, that they're little bitty cups. They're like little shot glasses, like little 2-ounce glasses. And those are really cute to, you know, to pick up and use too, and people love those. They love to pick those up and dip in them. But this seems like real, you know, real food that you wouldn't be, you know, ashamed to eat. You know, I don't want to say ashamed to eat, but that civilians, you know, wouldn't get, you know, real wound up about. The next thing that I want to show you. I'm going to talk for a second first before I show it to you. So does anybody know, just off the top of your head, a regular hot dog on a regular bun with regular chili? So this is just a regular cookout item. So a regular hot dog on a regular bun with regular chili. How many smart points we're talking about? And we've got about 11 minutes left. So actually, you know what? I'm doing pretty good. I'm actually staying on time tonight. So I'm either getting better at this or I don't know, something. But yeah, regular hot dog, regular bun, spoonful, a couple of, maybe like 2 tablespoons of regular chili. Any clues on smart points? It's 14 smart points. Yeah, so Angie's close. She said 11. It's 14 smart points. Oh yeah, and Carol says too many. Yeah, totally, Carol, too many. But guess how many smart points one of these chicken sausages? So if you took, oh, hey, Alan. Good. Yeah. So if you took one of these, though, so that was 14 smart points for a regular hot dog, just a plain Jane old hot dog. Plain Jane old hot dog, a bun, a regular old bun, and chili. Bah, who wants that? We've all eaten that to death. But if you take some of these, and remember how big these are. So if you take some, one of the chicken sausages for 3 smart points, and if you take some of your tortillas, or your 1-point tortillas, like the Trader Joe's low carb tortillas, if you take one of those for 1 smart point, or if you take a flat out, and those are 2, and I think one of them might be 3, but they're like 2 smart points. Those, and if you put some sauerkraut and some beer mustard on it, absolutely the bomb. Absolutely the bomb. And guess what? For all of that, you've got 3 smart points in that chicken sausage, and some of them, some of the ones from Trader Joe's, or the ones from Adele's, or Applegate has some. They're 3 to 4. So even if it was a 4-point, and let's say that it's a 4-point chicken sausage. So let's say it's 4 points for the chicken sausage. Let's just go to the max. So if it's 4 points for the chicken sausage, 2 points for the flat. If you used a flat out instead of the 1-point tortilla, so that's 4. 2, that's 6. Sauerkraut is 0. Beer mustard is 0. Bam! You just had a big honkin' hot dog that would make everybody jealous. I promise people are going to be jealous of these things. 6 smart points instead of 14 smart points for a puny one. So while everybody else is sitting over there eating their 1 14 smart point hot dog, you could actually have 2 of these. 2 of these, and you would still be 2 smart points under. So how smart is that, and how fun is that? The next thing I want to talk about is a hamburger. If you have a regular cookout hamburger, so just Grandpa patted it out, and he hand patted the patty, and of course he's got cheese sitting there, and mayonnaise to go on it, and and all the fixings. A regular cookout hamburger can be anywhere from, and y'all might want to sit down for this, but it could be anywhere from 18 to, depending on what all got put on it, it could be 18 to 30 smart points. That's kind of high. So, even though I love hamburgers, if you're not going to take, like, you could take a turkey hamburger with you and get them to cook it, and turkey burgers, I think some of the Jenny O turkey burgers are like 4 smart points. You could take a veggie burger. The ones at Aldi are really good. Aldi and Trader Joe's both have really good veggie burgers, and those are 4 smart points. And again, if you can get the grill master to put it on there, the veggie burgers don't need to be heated very long. Turkey burger, I'd have them cook it just as long as as long as they do the regular hamburgers. But you could save some points on that. But let me show you this real quick. And this recipe will be, again, it'll be in the transcriptions when I get done here. But tell me how fun this is. This is a portobello mushroom, and you can cook this on the grill. So if the grill master, if you're in charge of the party, awesome. If not, if you can get the grill master to do that, this is literally just the cap of a portobello mushroom, and then it has 2 ounces. I'm sorry, Sally wants to know what's the best turkey burgers with the lowest points that I have found. I really like the Jenny O turkey burgers. Another Jenny says the Healthy Life white bread at Walmart. Okay, she's talking about the white bread. Yeah, Healthy Life white bread is lower points. So anyway, this is a portobello mushroom cap, so it's big. I mean, see how big my hand is? This is big. It's a portobello mushroom cap, and you do remove the gills. If you don't remove the gills, which are those little, black things, I don't know why they leave them in there, because if you don't take them out, then all this turns black and it looks really icky. So that's a portobello mushroom cap. That is 2 ounces of it's mozzarella cheese, and it's those. Do you remember those little? Well, here, I'll grab them and show them to you. And of course, we're already down to 6 minutes, and I still have 3 more things to show you. There are technically 3 things. So let me grab this out of the refrigerator to show you real quick. So the cheese that's on that is It's these Belgioso snacking mozzarella cheeses. So if you can get those at Costco, and I can't remember the people that found them other places, if you all shout out where you found them, that would be awesome, so that people will know where to get them. But 2 ounces of that. So 2 ounces is 2 of the little packages. So 2 of the little packages is 5 Smart Points. And so we've got, let me go back to this again. So we've got the portobello mushroom cap. We have 2 ounces of the Belgioso fresh mozzarella cheese. This is remember the sandwich thins that I showed you a few minutes ago? And then it has a tablespoon of guacamole on it. And so we've got 3 Smart Points for the sandwich thin. We have 5 Smart Points for the cheese and 1 Smart Point for the guacamole. So we've got 3, 8, 9. So that is 9 Smart Points. And let me show you this all put together. And I'm telling you guys, even if you don't think you like these things, if you've ever had, and I'm sorry, you put this on the grill, you would have the grill master, or if you're in charge, have them cook it the same length of time that they would cook like a medium rare, like a medium rare burger. So look, now everybody sitting around you thinks you're eating a hamburger, so no worries there. And I'm telling you, they are, if you've never had a grilled portobello mushroom cap, you are missing out. We actually have one of the restaurants that's down here, and I'm going to take a sip of my fun drink, my fun watered fruit drink with the blackberries, and let's see, this one has a lime in the bottom, but yeah, so how fun is that? And with my fun straw. Okay, but anyway, so if you've never had a grilled portobello mushroom, you've got to try it. You have to try it. You can also cook those in your air fryer. So if you're going to get the Grill Master, if it's going to be cooked on the grill, get them to cook it for the same length of time as like a medium rare burger. And you'll know, I mean, the cheese will start getting, melty and brown on the top. You can cook these in your oven. You can broil them in the oven, probably about 10 or 15 minutes. And you can also put them in the air fryer. And in the air fryer, it is, and again, I'll transcribe all this. Don't go, I've got to go grab something to write with. So in the air fryer, put them in there for, you got to spray them so they don't stick. But it is on 360 for about 10 minutes, and they'll come out great. So last thing, so all cookouts, and I'm assuming that the entire country is like this. And if there's anybody watching us out of the United States, shout out, because I don't know. I mean, I've been to Canada once, just barely across the border, and I've been to a lot of different countries, but I don't know, what all your specialties are. But around here in the South, one of our biggest things, if you have any kind of a party, especially here in East Tennessee, if you have any kind of a party, somebody is going to bring deviled eggs. And so it's, it's not a party's not a party. A party, a cookout, a family reunion, anything like that. It is just absolutely not a party if you don't have deviled eggs. We love our deviled eggs. Now, there are some disagreements between groups of people, here in Tennessee as to how you cut them and, and how you fill them. But I'm going to show you 3 different ideas. I seriously would volunteer for this. So if you need to bring something to a cookout or to, like an outdoor birthday party or something, again, a family reunion, if you need to bring something, I would totally volunteer for this. I cheated, like always, and I did not hard boil my own eggs. I bought them already pre-hard boiled, but let me show you what I did with them. So, 3 different ways to make hard-boiled eggs, and I'm going to pull these out so that we can actually see them because the lighting is not so great over here. So we're going to put these back over here with our lovely, very high point items. These are the first 2 hard-boiled eggs, and again, I just took the, all I did was just take already hard-boiled eggs. Well, here, let me turn it around so the asparagus is not in the way. But I took already hard-boiled eggs and cut them in half, and then dumped out the yolk into a bowl, and then this is what I mixed them with. So this is 1 egg cut in half, yolk dumped out, and it has a tablespoon of guacamole, and then it has just a little tiny dab of my pineapple salsa on top. which just gives it, you know, kind of an extra little kick. And we'll move the baked beans out of the way, but just gives it an extra little kick. And so that is, you know, 2 points for the egg. It's 1 point for the guacamole. There is not enough salsa on top to count that. So that is you know, you could have both of those halves for 3 smart points. The next one is a palmetto cheese deviled egg. It's a jalapeno palmetto cheese deviled egg. And let's see. Oh, Sally says that in upstate New York, they cut their eggs the long way. I cut mine the long way too. My mother-in-law cuts them the other direction. And then I know, like, my son-in-law and daughter are Lutheran, and they have special trays that they put them on. So my grandmother had an egg tray that she put hers on, but they have, you know, every event that we went to for her school when she was going to Lutheran elementary school, they had the funniest, you know, anyway, they were just really funny about their deviled eggs. But these are palmetto, they're jalapeno palmetto deviled eggs. And again, this is just 1 hard-boiled egg cut in half, and then it has a half a tablespoon of palmetto cheese and a few extra jalapenos on it, and they're just smashed together. And so that's 2 points for the egg. It's 2 points for the egg, and it's 2 points for the palmetto cheese, nothing for the extra jalapenos. And this recipe is actually already on my blog, which is www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. And I think it's just called jalapeno palmetto deviled eggs or something like that. And then I'll show you the last thing, and then we're going to jump off so that hubby and I can eat, and because he's got another phone call. So this last one, these are absolutely awesome, but you need to only serve these to people who like hot things. But this is bacon horseradish deviled eggs. And again, all of this will be on my blog when we get off. We're going to, you know, I'll go upstairs and head upstairs and transcribe things while I eat. But this is another just 1 hard-boiled egg cut in half, inside scooped out, and it is mixed with, and I like horseradish. I love horseradish. So this is mixed with almost a tablespoon of horseradish, but it's actually I should probably show it to you because I don't want you to take straight horseradish and put it in there unless you want to set yourself on fire. But I use, the horseradish that I like is Engelhofer. It's Engelhofer cream style horseradish, and this is, I'm sorry, I said a tablespoon. This is like a half of a tablespoon, and so that's still 0 points. And thank you for putting the blog address up there, Betty. I appreciate that, since my daughter is AWOL tonight. But and Angie, Angie, actually I may try one for you. So this has, so again, it's a half. I mean, it's 2. You know, it's 1, what am I trying to say? It's 1 hard-boiled egg cut in half, inside scooped out, about a half a tablespoon of that horseradish sauce that I just showed you. It does have a little bit of spinach torn up in it, just, you know, fresh baby spinach. And then it has a sprinkling of my very favorite Kirkland crumbled bacon. And so that is 2 smart points for the egg. It's no smart points for the horseradish. There's nothing for the spinach, and it's probably about a half a smart point if you even counted it for the, you know, for the bacon crumbles, if it's even. So if you ate, you know, one of these, you know, I mean, you could have both of these for like 3 smart points. So to wrap up, and I am going to try one of these. So, but just to wrap up, I want y'all to have fun. I want you all to enjoy your summer parties. So we don't want to have, oh, what did I say earlier? So we don't want to have any summer bummers. Is that what I said? I don't remember. Whatever it was, we don't want to have any of those. I want y'all to have a good time. I want you to have fun at your parties. I want you all to encourage and lift each other up if you happen to be at the parties together. If you can, try to find a buddy at the party. You know, things are always better with a buddy. So I don't want to see anybody, any pouty lips. I don't want to see any pouty lips. I didn't get to eat this or that, or, you know, whatever. Yeah, so I want you to have a good time, and I want you to enjoy what we made, and I will post all of this here in just a few minutes. I will go upstairs and start typing, and I'm going to try this just for Angie. Bacon. Oh yeah, bacon horseradish. That is the bomb. So sorry, I'm ending with a full mouth, and Angie just said that I'm doing pressure cookers next week. Actually, I'm not. But Angie, I'm glad you brought that up. So my husband is taking me on a surprise trip, and I look like a chipmunk because I have that bite of egg in my mouth. But anyway, my husband is taking me on a surprise trip. I mean, the trip's not a surprise. What we're doing is a surprise, because in case I haven't already said this a million times, I have a significant birthday coming up next month. Not really excited about the birthday, but I'm super excited about the trip. So I don't know where we're going, but he assures me that wherever it is that I can still do one of these next Sunday night. I have no idea what we'll be talking about because I don't know where I'll be. So it may just be me just talking for an hour. Who knows? But anyway, again, sorry. I have the egg in my mouth now. Y'all can blame Angie for that. So thank her for that. I do thank you for the thumbs ups and the hearts. Remember to like, share, comment. Let me think. Like, share, comment, subscribe, I think is what I'm supposed to say. Anyway, so that I can keep doing these, so I can do more of these videos. And I do really, really appreciate you all. And Angie, you're so sweet. You know I'm not going to be 30. And Taylor, you're hilarious because you know how old Casey is. So yeah, you know closer to how old I am. I'm a wee bit older than your mother. But anyway, thank you all again. Have a wonderful week. And I don't know where I'll be, but I'm excited to talk to you next Sunday and let you know. So bye. Y'all have a good week, and we'll be in a surprise location next Sunday. See you next week. Bye.